Reselling on Amazon versus reselling on eBay. Which one should I start with? Which one gives you more money? And which one gives you less headaches? Trust me, the answers are not what you think they are. Stick to the end of this video to figure out which platform is best for you to sell on. First, let's talk about the key differences of both platforms. eBay has 183 million active users, and Amazon has 310 million active users. On eBay, you have multiple sellers and multiple listings. On Amazon, you have multiple sellers, but only one single listing for an item. But the main difference between both platforms is that Amazon has Amazon FBA, which is fulfillment by Amazon, which we will also get into more in depth later. So the first question is, which platform should you begin selling on? You may think since Amazon has 310 million active users, that would be the perfect platform. However, they do have a lot of restrictions on brand new sellers. To even sign up for an Amazon account, you need a bunch of personal information like your driver's license, social security, and a bunch of other documents. And once you start your Amazon account, you'll be gated in a bunch of categories and brands, meaning you can't even sell them. Chances are, if you go to a thrift store and you find a cool item, you can't sell it on Amazon because one, it's used, and two, you're probably gated in that brand, unless of course it is a book. On Amazon, since there's only single listings and multiple sellers competing on that listing for buy box, it's gonna be pretty hard for you to stand out as a new seller. On eBay, if you had a lot of competition, you can crush them by taking spectacular photos, promoting your listing, putting subtitles, and having attention-grabbing titles. But on Amazon, you gotta play by their rules. Just picture this scenario. Some Karen wants to buy a brand new bath towel from Amazon, and she has the option to choose between two sellers. She can go for new Amazon seller 600 who has zero feedback, or she can go for experienced Amazon seller 400 who has 10,381 reviews and 97% positive feedback. When you're on the same listing, it's a no-brainer to go with the person who has more feedback and better reviews, especially if the pricing is competitive. Side note, I don't think you can have Amazon in your store name. I think it's against the terms of service, but anyway. But even if you didn't have an experienced seller on the listing with you, it would still be hard for you to win buy box. To have the ability to win buy box, you need to have good seller metrics, have an account for at least 90 days, you gotta have good feedback, and none of that is going to happen with a brand new seller account. My recommendation for you is that if you decide to start selling on Amazon, you start by selling books, used books at thrift stores, because that's pretty much all you can sell when starting out, or reselling, that is. But eBay wins the title for being the easier platform to sell on because all you have to do is sign up and get to listing right away with zero restrictions. If you're just trying to sell a few items and move on with your life, don't even touch Amazon, just go for eBay, Poshmark, or Mercari. Now, which platform gives you more money? So on average, eBay fees are around 13% and Amazon fees are around 15%, but on Amazon, it depends by the category. But just for a general rule of thumb on Amazon, I just use 15% in fees. The cool thing about Amazon is they actually have a fee estimator on the Amazon seller app, which if I can pull up my phone here, you can see. So let's say I'm at a store and I found this product right here and I'm ungated and I'm gonna wanna go ahead and sell it, but I wanna see how much profit I'll get. So we're on the Amazon seller central app. Basically, we click on that little column right there and we can see the lowest price plus shipping brings it to $73.24, and we're gonna pay $10.99 in fees. Shipping to a customer probably costs like, $8.82 at most, and then it's sitting on a shelf for, let's say 25 bucks. So 25 bucks, and we can see that this item will bring us $28.43 in profit once we pick it up and list it on Amazon. So that's how it works on Amazon to calculate how much profit you'll be getting. For eBay, you have to, pull out the calculator the old-fashioned way and type in, the sale price times 0.87 and then do all the extra math there with shipping and stuff. But Amazon, it's pretty simple to figure it out. So on the surface, eBay takes less fees, but is it really worth it? Like I said earlier, Amazon has 310 million active users compared to eBay's 183 million. In my eyes, that extra 2% in fees is paying tribute to the beautiful system that Jeff Bezos has built. Amazon attracts so many more customers, and in return, we can sell stuff a lot quicker for a lot more money as well. Everything's a lot more organized on Amazon, and selling stuff through the FBA system is a perk that you just can't get with eBay. It does come with its downsides, however. Since Amazon is so customer centric, I find myself giving out returns a lot more on Amazon than I do on eBay. But that's all a part of the business. Amazon customers expect everything to be way more professional. And if you're trying to run a super professional business, that's great for you. But if you're just a teenage kid trying to make a few extra dollars, just go with eBay. On paper, you'll retain more profits on eBay, but Amazon is a lot easier to scale. Amazon will allow you to scale, and it's just better for long-term, more professional business. So even though the fees are higher, I'm gonna give the win to Amazon in this category because in the long run, you'll make a lot more money and you can scale it into professional business. Now, which platform gives you the least amount of headaches? If you're utilizing the Fulfillment by Amazon service, you really don't have to deal with a lot of customer service. They'll literally do it all for you. If a customer gets a screwed up package, FBA packed it, so they'll send them a refund. If the product you sold gets lost or destroyed, FBA sent it, so they'll send them a refund. And if a customer messages you and tries to complain, you just redirect them to contacting Amazon because it's fulfilled by them. You don't have to deal with any of that customer service. However, when you don't do FBA and you merchant fulfill everything, it can get pretty stressful. Amazon customers are entitled, and rightfully so. Customers trust the Amazon brand. They trust that if they have an inconvenient experience, they can get a full refund. They think that if they order the wrong shoe size, wear it for a few days, crease them up, and return them, that they'll be able to be compensated completely. And most of the times they will. Or else they will complain. And like I said earlier, I've given out so many refunds on Amazon in comparison to eBay. It's most likely because on Amazon, I have to worry about my feedback rating a lot. I've sold for almost a year now, above $130,000 in sales. Yet I only have 32 reviews on the platform. To put that into context, I've sold on eBay for almost 2 years and I have a little over 200 reviews, all 5-star, 0 negative. It sucks because on eBay, literally everybody leaves you reviews, like no matter what. But on Amazon, customers only leave reviews when they're either super pissed off or you provided amazing customer service. On eBay, if a customer complains, I usually just offer them a partial refund or a full refund and everything works out fine. But on Amazon, you gotta be super careful with what you say because customers get triggered. And may I remind you, I've only had like 3 complaints on eBay in total. And if the complaint ever did escalate, I could just call eBay customer support and they would work everything out. And if I did get a bad review, I could call eBay customer support and they could literally just get rid of the review for me. You can get rid of reviews too on Amazon, but it's a little harder and customer service is a lot worse. Not customer service, seller support, I mean. But the reason you have to stress so much about reviews on Amazon is because if you're trying to win buy box, you have terrible reviews, you're probably not gonna get it. And if you don't have buy box and people are looking through all the sellers on which to buy from, they're not gonna pick someone with terrible reviews. On eBay, you can make your own listings with your own photos and all that own stuff. You're not competing against anyone on a singular listing. If someone finds your listing, they're probably going to buy it as long as it looks decent. If your reviews get so bad on Amazon, it'll get to a point where people don't even know that your item is listed on Amazon. Like you're gonna get that buy box suppression, and like I said, nobody's gonna choose from someone with terrible reviews. If your feedback is bad on Amazon, you don't provide amazing customer support, then your sales will decline. So I can safely say that Amazon causes a lot more headaches, especially if you're doing merchant fulfilled. But on the flip side, their FBA program, allowing me to not ship out individual orders and just having that safety net, that kind of makes it a close tie to eBay. But just because a lot is on the line with your Amazon account, like they could literally call me and tell me that my account got shut down for some reason, and it would be so hard to make another one and get it reinstated. But with eBay, if my account gets shut down, I could probably just call support, get it back, or I could just make another account just like that because it's eBay, they don't really care. So if you're ready to resell, I highly recommend you start out by selling on eBay. If you want to go more professional, the more long-term and scalable route, then I would slowly start selling on Amazon, start by selling used books. But if you want to learn about selling on Amazon and eBay, please subscribe right down here to let me. I have some of my older videos. Here's one about me selling books, and here's just a playlist. But thank you for sticking to the end. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'm out. Later.